Hello. Alright, you complained about my not having a video, so I'm making a video. I'll make it really quick because I'm really tired. It's 10 o'clock at night and it's Wednesday and it was the first day of school. I also had church tonight, forgot about that, and I have some other plans to do, and I really just want to go to bed. But you were complaining about me not having a video, so here you go. You're going to have to just deal with it being on my phone, not being edited. You're just going to have to deal with my ramblings. Okay. So today was the first day of school. It was great. I remember this is my first time actually having my own class. I've taught in like student teaching and practicums and labs and all that sorts of stuff, but I've never had my own actual class as an actual teacher. So this is my first one. So I was really excited for my first day of school. I woke up this morning and on the front door was a note from Emily that she'd written, "Hope you have a good day. Can't wait to hear about it," whatever. But she wrote it with her left hand and she's right-handed, so it's like scribble handwriting. She goes, "I just wanted to look like a fifth grader." Which is funny. That's not what my fifth grader's handwriting looks like, thank God. But yeah, so she wrote that on the door. It was really cute. And my mom is so weird. My mom, she sent me this, a little plant. It's actually really cute. I like the flowers. I was supposed to water it and then repot it later after dealing in its own environment, whatever. But I don't have she wanted it for my classroom, but I don't have a window in my classroom. I am a completely interior building, or room in the building. So I have to leave it at home with my other plant that I think I'm killing this thing over here because it's sitting in front of the air conditioning, and I rarely water it. I hope Emily waters it. But anyway, I have to leave the flowers here at home, which is sad because it would be nice to have flowers in my room, but there's no sunlight. So they'd die. Speaking of death. That's a great segue. Speaking of death. So in my classroom, I wanted to have a class pet because I teach science. And I wanted to have a class pet, and I thought an amphibian would be great. Or any type of reptile, amphibian, whatever. But I got a frog because it has a cool environment. You can study that sort of thing. It's not just like a guinea pig, you know how it just has the what do you call it? Like the wood chips or the bedding on the bottom. So it actually has plants and things like that. So I got a frog, and I never did name him. I was going to let my class name him, but yesterday I brought him in for the first day into the classroom to get used to the environment or whatever, but I forgot his heat lamp. So he kind of got cold, and I think he got a little sick. Well, so I was going to take him home last night, put him under his heat lamp, and remember to bring the heat lamp today. Well, I forgot him last night, and when I got to school in the morning, he was dead. He kind of froze to death. So yeah, so I killed the frog after having it for one day in the classroom. And the kids were quite amused because when they got there, the cage was still in the classroom, and they're like, "Oh, cool, we have a class pet," and they all went to go investigate it. And it's really just an empty cage with a little water dish, and at first they thought it was a snake because the water dish kind of looks like a snake from across the room. And they got over there, and the only thing in it is the cricket, which is what the frog eats. And they're like, "We have a class pet, it's a cricket?" And they thought it was so funny, which I was amused by it. But I was like, no, I told them about the frog and how it died or whatever, and they wanted to name it. So I was like, whatever, name a dead frog. You guys are going to have to name the new frog that we get later. But they're like, we want to name the dead frog. I was like, okay, whatever. So they named it. They came up with ideas. We took a vote. The dead frog's name was, whatever, Croak. A fitting name if ever there was one for a dead frog, Croak. So Croak is now safely in a trash can somewhere in a dumpster. And we're going to get a new frog later. Hopefully I don't kill that one and I remember the heat lamp. Yeah, so that was great. Other than a dead frog, it was a fairly good first day. I mean, I'm really exhausted. I didn't get much sleep last night cause, in anticipation of today because I was just so excited about my first day, which is funny. And then throughout the whole day, you know, I rarely sit down anyway as a teacher. I'm constantly walking in and around among the students, standing up, teaching, whatever. So my legs were exhausted, just like standing all day, which is good. I don't mind. It just kind of exhausting. And then I forgot that as soon as I left the school, my alarm went off, and I was like, why is an alarm going off? And I realized I had church tonight. I had to go do nursery tonight. So I was walking around doing that. So I think I'm sitting currently, and I think this is the first time I've sat down all day for longer than 10 minutes at a time. I think in total, not counting right now while I'm sitting, I've sat down for maybe an hour today. So I'm like dying. It was like 20 minutes at lunch and like 10 minutes during their specials and otherwise I was walking around. So I'm kind of exhausted and I really want to go to bed. But otherwise it was a pretty good day. So I teach 5th grade. I teach reading to the low reading group. We've like switched them around so that we have a high group, a medium group, and a low group. And I have all the low kiddos. So I teach them reading, and then I teach science to each of the 3 classes, and that's all I teach. They go to a different teacher for math and a different teacher for writing and whatnot. So, but it was really good. It was really fun today. I got some really crazy kids as far as they're just plain rude all the time. I got some really energetic kiddos, and I got some really lethargic kiddos. There was one guy who this boy just like sat in there and he's like, all day long. I'd ask him a question, he's like, oh no. That's like the most movement I saw from him other than when he was walking down the hall. He's like, nah. So I'm going to have to get him out of his shell. But for the most part, we had fun, and they were pretty good. And in my class, we use a monetary system. So if they do what they're supposed to do, I pay them. If they don't, they pay me. So, and they thought it was fun that they earn money. So I don't know, it was a fairly good day, and I probably won't be able to do this all too often, the video thing, just because life is crazy. I'm either grading papers, writing lesson plans, or trying to catch up on sleep. So, so there's that. I mean, I can still text and stuff, but probably like only on my breaks and when I get home for an hour or so, but I'm usually going to bed around like 9, maybe 10. Tonight is weird because it's 10 o'clock and I really want to go to bed. So I'm going to end this. There's your video. No more complaining. And I hope I get another video out later. It'll probably mostly be about school. Sorry, it's kind of what I do. Alright, bye. Turning off.